An innocent romp in the woods turns into a hellish nightmare when an evil force is accidentally awakened. Action International Pictures presents the gruesome holiday shocker, Elves. They're not working for Santa anymore.
I had a rough day at work. Santa got murdered.
Their mission to mate with a virgin and conquer the world as a pint-sized master race.
I'm saving it for someone special.
Dan Haggerty stars as Mike McGavin, an ex-detective working on hard times.
First you send, then you die.
She is the most important person on Earth. From her will grow the new order.
Santa must expose this unholy force before the elves destroy Christmas.
Jesus Christ.
Elves. They're not working for Santa anymore.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Video Rangers podcast. I'm Mike Spinaco. Sitting beside me is Chris Dietz. Say hello, Chris.
Hello everyone, this is the Video Rangers podcast, and we watched a delightful little movie.
Yep, for episode 10.
This is episode 10.
Our
correct.
Fourth episode in December. So, it's another holiday feature. Except for Youngblood had nothing to do with the holidays.
Sometimes you just,
No.
It was winter, it's hockey, it's cold.
Yeah.
Close enough.
That's what I was thinking. There's ice outside. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
Solid. So the movie of the week is Elves 1989. They don't work for Santa anymore.
Good tagline.
Yeah.
But they're lying.
Yep. They never worked for Santa.
They never worked for Santa.
Nobody worked for fucking Santa.
Nothing to do with Santa Claus.
No. Absolutely not. In this movie, Santa works for somebody.
Dan Haggerty, maybe?
Dan Haggerty.
Dan Haggerty is the star of the movie.
It's a chain-smoking Santa Claus.
Chimney.
Mm-hmm.
Like a damn chimney.
Yep.
There's barely a scene without him not smoking in it.
Yeah, it's incredible. Only when he's actually punching somebody.
I really wish he had a cigarette in his mouth when he's punching.
Because he had
when
no
he's
problem
sitting
smoking
on
a
top
cigarette.
Of that guy punching him. Hold on.
He was fine when he was running around. You know, he's going up and down the stairs.
Ashing a cigarette.
That would have been great. Right in his eyelids. So the plot of the movie is 3 teenage girls accidentally summon a neo-Nazi elf who wants to breed with a woman to create a master race. And only a department store Santa, played by Dan Haggerty, can stop them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Shakespeare, right?
Yep.
I mean, you know, that's just gold.
Yep. We got our own little Romeo and Juliet movie going on here.
I don't know where they come up with this stuff. I mean,
No, not at all.
Why? You just make a movie to make money, and you make a real so you're basically, but the only reason all you do is spend your money on advertising just to sell. Because once they buy the ticket, buy the movie or rent it, it's done. They already tricked you. I feel like that's all it is, just trying to trick people into getting your money.
I would think, but I hope nobody made this movie thinking like, oh, we're gonna make some money.
This is my next step in for my career, you know.
Yeah, like today Elves, tomorrow Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so our main character. I don't even. That's the thing. The biggest guy in the movie is not the main character, but he's the only interesting character we get, and that's Dan Haggerty
and the girl.
You know, and playing Mike McGavin.
What's the girl's name?
Kristen.
Kristen's I guess she's really the main.
She's the main character, yes.
I suppose, and Dan Haggerty.
We don't care about her.
Dan Haggerty's fun to watch.
It's Grizzly Adams.
It's like I'm watching his real life. You know, he's just trying to get a job, working.
It did seem that way.
He probably smokes a lot and drinks. I'm sure that was like, he got the job and was like, damn it, I was Grizzly Adams. I smoke wherever I want to smoke.
But yeah, so Kristen's a defiant teenager. Her and her 2 friends are in the woods and they're like trying to summon something.
Witchcraft.
Their anti-Christmas
ceremony.
Yeah.
Anti-Christmas. They don't like Christmas.
They don't like Christmas. They cut their hand. It's basically kind of like The Gate, only not as good.
But it's
You know, like, and they send up they don't even know, but they summon a fucking an elf man.
He comes out of the ground, but they leave, and he comes later.
For some reason, elves are hiding in the ground in Colorado.
He just happened to be there. She just knew this was a special spot. And I don't know why there was an elf in Colorado. It has to do with
Nazis
in Europe. It's kind of like
because Colorado's pretty far from
mythological creatures that come from Europe.
Yeah.
America's still very brand new. We don't have elves.
Yeah,
we got like the Loch Ness. No, we got a couple Loch Ness kind of monsters and shit. Like Champlain.
We don't really have much going on here.
We got Bigfoot, I guess.
No, everything's all like maybe Indian
elves
folklore
or fairies or things.
I don't know, but like
Chupacabra maybe in Puerto Rico.
We've got like Pet Cemetery. That's us. Legend of Sleepy Hollow. That's what we
got. We got Skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers.
You ever heard of Skinwalker?
No.
Wadu.
Just going with it. What is it?
They're like a Native American creature, and it can turn into like any animal and like people. They're not good.
Oh, like a changeling.
Yeah, I guess you could
cool
call it that. They're scary. Wendigos, it's kind of the same thing. Kind of like Native American stuff.
Yeah, that's a little.
That would have made maybe more sense. But I guess they had to go with
if this had taken place
the Christmas angle
in Holland or something, I could have.
Yes, a mythological like troll or elf.
Yeah, anywhere in Europe, I would have bought into this a little bit more. But the idea that Nazi elves are buried in the ground in Colorado.
There was and the elf was this ugly little fucking thing. It's going to be the master race.
Somehow Basket Case looked better than that.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Because at least it was like a thing. This is just they didn't even have a whole little person. It was like all garbage. It was like a shot of a guy from the waist up or the shoulders up. And then maybe you saw little legs and little hands, but that's it. Like, this is like movie. What are you doing? Like, they didn't want to spend the money. Like, you're better off just getting. They wouldn't want to. If they actually got like a little person, it would have been expensive. That would have been the most expensive part.
It kind of looked like there was somebody in there.
Sometimes I'm not sure. It just looked like
the head part at least looked.
Well, it was a real guy.
Yeah.
It was a normal sized person. The different, the camera angles they took. Yeah.
But it's an elf that has nothing to do with Santa Claus at all.
Nothing. And
nothing.
It's hideous.
It's nothing.
You think elves? You think like David the Gnome, like a gnome kind of looking creatures, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yes, you do.
Like very cute little, like point of the ears things that build toys, and this thing's like a horrible.
He's a troll.
It kind of looks like Chud.
Yeah, he just
Chud creatures. Remember Chud?
Yeah, I remember Chud.
He kind of looks like Chud.
Yeah, he's got like a different thing going on, than a normal elf. But
what did you say? You said he looked like the one thing from.
He looked like one of the Thundercats villains, Jackalman.
Jackalman, yeah,
Jackalman?
Yeah, his head.
Yeah, he looked like him. But and our poor main character, Kristen, has the worst fucking home life you could possibly imagine.
There's
like, if you think you came from like a broken home, anybody out there that's like depressed about their life,
a reason for that.
You should watch this and see what went on in her poor life. It's awful.
Her mother is batshit insane.
Mother's insane. Her brother's a complete pervert.
That's one of the funny. Like, what?
Yeah, that's great. He's running around that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fucking pajama set that I think I had as a kid. He's just spying on her, trying to see her tits.
Did he tell you like a picture of her?
He was just staring at her, like Bus was changing or something.
Cracking the door.
Yeah, she's in the shower, and he's staring at her, and she catches him, and he's just like, "Fuck you! You got big tits. I'm gonna tell everybody."
Okay, why not? Like, where does that come from?
I don't know, but that was like the best. That was fucking
incest
great. Incest
maybe runs in the family.
Yeah, I guess as we'll find out as we go through the movie. But it's just that part. At least I was like, "That's funny." At least that made me laugh.
I mean, yeah, it threw me for a curve, at least some of the things they did. I wasn't expecting...
Yeah, a lot of the things that happened. I mean, because you've got that, then you're going to where the girl works in this department store.
Yes,
and you're introduced to a perverted Santa Claus who's telling kids to go to the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And then our character Kristen sits on his lap and like tells her what she wants for Christmas. And he tells her oral or something.
Oral.
Yeah. As his hands going up her leg.
Everyone this girl comes in contact with is like terrible to her.
Yeah.
Other than Dan Haggerty.
She should have a much angrier disposition than she does.
The worst thing Dan Haggerty does to her is smoke in the car.
Yeah.
Can you put that out for 5 fucking minutes, for Christ's sake? I can smell Dan Haggerty from the fucking TV screen. He's so bad. He's just like an ashtray.
He's just like
a dirty ashtray and like a pork sandwich is what he smells like.
So
pork sandwich, dirty ashtray.
Yeah.
Dan Haggerty.
Dan Haggerty. Dude, it's cigarette after cigarette. It doesn't fucking stop. It's insanity. Never seen that before.
I'm sure the cigarette companies were very happy.
Oh, well, I'm sure Camel was enthusiastic about that.
He gets kicked out of his mobile home.
Yeah. Has no job. He's in and out of prison.
So he's just in the coffee shop of the mall. And all he's got, his only possessions is a carton of smokes.
Yeah, that's all he's got is a carton of smokes and a car. He's got a car.
He does have a shitty car. With a taillight out.
Yeah, with a taillight out. He's got no job, but he's got coffee and donuts on the house.
Yes, the old mall manager.
Yeah, apparently he was a police detective, and then he drank his way out of a police detective job, and then he became a mall detective. And he drank his way out of that.
Figuring out who stole the buttons.
Now he's got his life back in order, and he's looking for a job.
He's back in town, baby, and he's looking for a job.
Now he doesn't have a job right now, but the mall Santa
is murdered.
Well, the elf murders the mall
Santa.
Him and castrates
him in his dick.
And the police were really thorough with the crime machine. The crime scene.
He is 2 feet tall, so I guess that'd be the best place to stab him is the dick.
I just like when they do the chalk of the fucking dead guy.
Yes,
They've got the chalk of the body and then the chalk of where his dick was on the other side of the room.
Little triangle for it.
Yep. And now job opening.
Hey,
yeah,
he's in the same dressing room with the outline still there.
He's
Dan Haggerty.
He's changed.
Mike McGavin, his real name.
That fucking crime scene would be closed for weeks.
I think so.
Only in a couple hours is fucking passed.
I'd like to see what kind of sick son of a bitch did this to him?
Yeah. And fucking Dan Haggerty, pays no attention to the dead body on the floor. He's just looking at the little symbol.
I love the cliche when the police investigation is going on, because so after the mall Santa is suspended, he goes back to his dressing room and he's gonna do some lines of coke.
Yeah.
So he gets murdered before he can do that, and one of the cops, tastes it.
Yeah.
Make sure it's real. Like he's dead. You make sure. Oh yeah, that's coke.
Oh
yes, I can
fuck
tell.
the murder. This guy's on drugs.
I guess that's coke, all right. And let me just get a little bit of that. Let me get some more, maybe. When I'm not looking.
That was insane, dude. They really did try to set you up for all right, you are going to hate some of the people we're going to kill, so you're not going to care.
I suppose.
But because that guy was he was awful. He was awful.
I think none of these people went to film school. They had money and made a movie.
I mean, well, we've got an experienced director in.
He is experienced.
Jeff Mandel.
And he is a writer.
He did write 6 episodes of O'Hara, starring Pat Morita.
Yeah, because everyone knows that.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Miyagi.
Who doesn't remember O'Hara?
He was flying high off the success of Karate Kid, and they gave him a show.
They gave him a television show.
Yeah.
It didn't work out, though.
No.
Who
would give fucking Mr. Miyagi...
Wasn't he in Happy Days? That's someone else.
Yeah, but he was a side character.
It was his time.
Yeah. He did have that Oscar performance in Karate Kid. He was nominated.
He was nominated. He did make 3 Karate Kid movies.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole other thing.
When was the 3rd one? Was it before the 90s?
I think it must have been.
Or 1991.
I saw it for one of my birthdays. It's in the early 90s, man, because you could tell that he looks a lot.
I don't think Mr. Miyagi's in anything else. Right? I'm sure he is.
Actually, he's in Bloodsport Part 2.
Oh, God. Is he a bad guy?
He's like a gangster in it. I think. I remember. I saw it once.
I gotta see that.
I think somebody bought it for me by accident.
by accident.
So I do have it if you actually want to see it.
Maybe we'll do it one day.
There's so many other things to do aside from Bloodsport.
No,
there's a new Bloodsport or a new Kickboxer. I'm sorry.
Didn't they bring Kickboxer back already?
Well, there's
4
Kickboxers, but they just made a new one, and Van Damme is in this one. Only he's the sensei, I think. That's what the box said.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, I just want to see him dance again. The suspenders. The suspended and white beater.
Is it Lionheart he made?
Dude, he did make a movie
I
called
like
Lionheart.
that one.
You like Lionheart?
I like Lionheart.
I like Kickboxer. That's the one I like. But unfortunately, he's not in Elves. He wasn't Predator, but he's not in Elves.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
And they tried to do some Predator-like vision here for the Elves, but that was just blurry
I guess they took a little
screens.
Well, they had like the camera is like his vision, and he's walking up the stairs. And
he's blurry. You can't see a goddamn thing.
Very bad vision.
Yeah,
he looks like he has eczema. I'm sure he's very itchy.
So
greasy looking creature.
I don't even know what even happened next. I know well, actually that happened. That actually happened afterwards though, because the brother was attacked. Remember?
Yeah, somewhere
the brother gets attacked.
The
he says he sees this thing.
It's a ninja troll thing.
Yeah,
he calls it.
The mother's psychotic, thinks it's the cat.
Oh, this fucking part.
While she's at work getting felt up, mother drowns the cat in the toilet. Drowns the cat in the toilet.
She puts her in a pillowcase.
Yeah. Which she was kind enough to do that.
I imagine the actress was more mad she had to put her hands in the toilet bowl.
Yeah. Maybe it was bleach. In the bowl.
I wouldn't care. It'd have to be brand fucking new, never used. We want to put my... Like, I'm an actor, damn it. I don't have to put up with this crap.
Exactly. I've done Mylanta commercials.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I've done Broadway plays.
I was in the Winter Garden Theater.
With cats.
Now I'm killing cats.
Now and forever.
No.
The Winter Garden Theater. Then it ended after 20 years.
Jesus Christ. I'm glad those commercials aren't around anymore. Because I hated those.
If you grew up in the tri-state area, you heard a lot about Cats, the musical. I don't know if I'm sure that wasn't everywhere. I always saw that commercial like, every day growing up.
Now and forever.
The Winter Garden Theater.
For a limited time. It was ending. Remember when it was ending and they were really pumping the commercials out? So okay,
the girls are going to the mall.
That's a whole... Alright, so now the girls have...
Is that like the next scene?
Well, alright, so
after hours?
He's got the job as Santa... Dan Haggerty now has the job as Santa Claus. And what's... Fast forwarding a little bit, the girls have this plan that they're going to go into the department store at night, and they're going to get 3 guys to come and hang out.
And they're going to have a little drink,
they're going to hang out.
Champagne or
they're going to get laid and everything.
Yes.
Which is kind of cool that they were like, all right, we're going to fucking do this.
Yeah.
But basically what's going on here is that these girls are just peer pressuring the shit out of each other.
Well, the one girl says, the main character says, well, you can just say no. And it's like, well, I don't want to make a fuss.
Yeah.
I don't want to make confrontation, so I'll just take it.
Just going to lie back and take it.
Wait, what?
He'll be done soon.
I'm just going to let him do his business.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He thinks, yeah.
Like, it's just a chore. Or, like, it's just you just do these things. Like, well, okay. I can't say no.
Yeah.
Men can do anything they want.
The characters aren't very well fleshed out, but that's okay. But it's funny because like they're just doing like these things that are just, very like, they're dressing up in the lot. Like actually, I like how the one chick is dressed up in the lot. She gets that
very sexy lingerie.
Yeah, she puts it on
like playmate lingerie.
And then her other friend comes out dressed up like she's about to go in a bodysuit, like she's going scuba diving.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they go, she's hot.
Oh, look at this.
And the girl in lingerie,
her body glove.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the skirt on. Yeah. And they got 3 tents they got set up.
Yeah. So now they're staying there. Well, they've got like access to the sporting goods section. I think that's where they were.
Somewhere around there.
Dan Haggerty's also spending the night in this joint because he's got nowhere to go.
He put tape on the door. He's got nowhere to live. He's homeless.
Yeah.
He's going to live in the mall.
So he's going to sleep where the guy's dick was cut
I'm sure
off.
if he asked the guy would have let him live in the mall.
Yeah.
He got a
said,
cot
hey,
in the back room.
Listen,
he knows
buddy,
the guy's not going to run.
We sell mattresses over there. Just don't piss on it. You know?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So, yeah, he's there and he sees the girls there and he's telling them they meet up. Just don't, clean up after yourself and don't make a mess. Don't break anything. All right, a few minutes later.
Three guys.
We forgot about the grandfather.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just gotta go back a little bit.
Yeah.
The grandfather is in a wheelchair.
Love of God.
Who's a Nazi scientist who's reformed, I guess.
They didn't really talk about that.
I think, he's reformed Nazi scientist. He doesn't want any of this to happen. He's trying to to prevent anything. At least he doesn't want him coming back to Elves.
Yeah.
It's called It's called Elves. I only saw one elf.
One elf.
Anyway.
I guess Elves sounds better.
There's three other Nazi guys who meet up with the grandfather. I guess they, Colorado. That's where all the Nazis are hiding out.
Which makes no goddamn sense.
So they want this to happen because basically this elf will have sex with a virgin girl and create the Antichrist and Master Race.
Yep.
Master Race will be half elf, half man.
Yeah.
He'd be maybe 5'1". Elf is 2 feet tall.
I guess.
Woman's about 5'5".
I guess.
So maybe 4'5". Master Race.
Yeah.
Why not?
Master Race, 5 foot tall.
And ugly as fuck. The ugliest fucking thing you've ever seen in your life.
Absolutely ridiculous in comparison to what actually happened.
Well, I'd rather Bilbo from Basket Case had a better chance.
Bilbo? Oh, fucking Belial. Bilbo Baggins.
Bilbo Baggins.
He looked like a Bilbo Baggins.
He actually got some ass, Bilbo.
Yeah, Bilbo did have...
But, so... Yeah. Okay, there's Nazis. Now Nazis are in the mall. Were they tracking the girl, right? Is that what they were after? The girl.
Yeah, they were tracking the girl, but basically...
Because she is the key.
They're waiting for those...
daughter.
They're in there waiting for those guys. The guys show up, but while they're trying to break in, the Nazis kill them.
They kill the boys. Well, they only show one of them dead, but I imagine they killed all three of them.
Yeah, we didn't rewind for that part.
They bashed his head against the wall. They open the door and he just falls in.
They only had enough makeup for one dead body. Yes. So they're inside. They're trying to get at the girl. They don't want to kill the girl. They just want her to mate with this thing.
But they kill the other two girls.
They do kill the other two girls. They want her. She gets protected by Mike McGavin.
Dan Haggerty.
And... There's a fucking all-out shootout.
They get away, right? He didn't kill anyone there.
No, he does. He does kill.
Killed one of them. Yeah, because then there's two later. He only killed one.
Well, the elf had killed some people because the elf had killed one of the girls.
Oh, that's right.
He was doing the whole feel-up thing where he was like rubbing her arm.
Elf kills a girl. The Nazis kill the other girl.
Yeah.
And the Nazi's dead. He gets shot by, I think, maybe Dan Haggerty shoots him.
And then I think there's 2 Nazis left after that.
Yes, because they're. Okay. There's only 3 Nazis. Yeah. There's only them 3.
So the cops show up. They're like, oh, fucking Mike, what are you doing? What are you doing, McGavin? You already kicked off the force.
You had everything.
You had it all.
Drink yourself out. Give him a little backstory.
Yeah, you got a little bit of backstory, which is nice because at this point I'm completely confused. You drank yourself out of 2 jobs.
He was a detective. He was a damn good detective.
You're the best on the force. But
he tricked himself out of the mall security,
which is pretty hard to do.
After that, he was mall security.
Yeah, he's the mall detective. Pretty incredible. But for some reason, even as bad as everything looks, the fact that fucking Dan Haggerty is the only fucking guy, him and the girl, the only people left in this mall after everybody else is dead. The guy goes, "All right. I'll give you 24 hours and you can figure this out."
Yeah.
You can just go free.
Oh, I love the library scene because he keeps seeing the symbol.
Oh, yeah.
Which is basically just the sickle and hammer, but they kind of just turned it a little bit. Yeah. It's not crossed. It's like an X, like a plus sign. And he goes in the library and he goes, "Oh, excuse me. I remember a book from college about occult symbols and stuff. Oh, it's in
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
the one book ever written about it is right over there.
You can't just like.
I know that
Do you
book.
have any books about occult symbols?
Yeah.
Like, I remember a book from college.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was a specific book, you know?
Why don't you just have them remembered? Oh,
Yeah.
so and so book.
Yeah,
Oh, check this section. I mean,
yeah, it wasn't exactly like the
very
details
strange
were.
line.
Yeah, do you have that that book with the guy with the rabbits? Oh yeah, all right, of Mice and Men. You
Yeah.
know, at least there's like this one. Oh, you know, I remember this book from college that had like pagan symbols in it. Oh, that one, it's over there.
That's the only book
Yeah.
that could possibly be about that.
Oh, the symbol book. Yeah, we got that one in last week. You know, like absolutely insane. Yeah, and then you've got. So he takes the girl home. He tells the mother like everything that happened. She doesn't care because she's evil.
She's evil and narcissistic.
You know?
And she's crazy. She's fucking crazy.
This girl's had 2 bad nights in a row.
There's a reason she's crazy. I think it was.
Yes. And at this point, all right. Then fucking Dan Haggerty goes. Now he
The professor
goes to the library. But when he's in the library and he's reading the fucking book of the symbols, 2 pages have been ripped out.
They've been ripped out. So he has to find someone else who might know something about
Now, which is also insane. So this apparently
it's
this
a conspiracy. Someone doesn't want anyone to find out about
But
this.
who's going from every there's libraries in like every town in the world. So
Yeah, but this is the specific town in Colorado with the elf that lives there. So make sure no one knows it.
All right, fine. It's like you go. All right, fair enough.
The elf was buried in Colorado.
Yeah, my mother lives in fucking Sheboygan. I was just on the cover of Playboy. Let me go to Sheboygan and buy every fucking Playboy.
Yeah, that's it.
There we go. Yeah. Very big in Sheboygan.
Sheboygan. Like Shaboopy?
So, he's, when he figures out that, the pages are ripped, let me just go talk to the guy who wrote the book.
So is that who that guy was supposed to be?
Yeah.
The one who wrote the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he goes to visit that guy, and he, mind you, still smoking.
Yes, he's smoking in almost every damn
He gets
scene.
in that building. He's told not to smoke. There's no smoking in there. But the next room he walks into, somebody's smoking.
Oh, the other guy, yeah. The professor he's looking for is smoking.
So those rules thrown out the window.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I love it. The guy is just like...
yes.
I know what you're talking about. Come this way.
That guy was trying to get a job on Masterpiece Theater with his fucking performance.
So fucking awful.
Yeah. And he basically tells him everything he knows, but then says, what this other guy is like a better expert on this topic. So he goes and interrupts that guy's dinner. And remember?
That part is hilarious.
And then,
the guy tells him that he thinks he believes in elves and he knows more about it.
Yeah.
So he's telling him, this guy's cutting Christmas Eve dinner with the electronic knife. He's got these 2 little girls there, and he starts spouting off about Nazis and
experiments and fornication and
everything. And small little girls and they shoot the heaven on listening to this garbage. Yeah. Like, if I was talking about
that story gave me nightmares not to be believed.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
It was one of
like
those
that, one of them.
Yeah.
Might as well have been one of them.
His claws were immense.
About a psycho family, nuclear family army soldiers being experimented on in the woods. Oh, you would know.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
I know, man.
The little girl like, what's an elf?
Yeah. So
eat your dinner. Shut up.
Yeah. Don't push your sister. You know, it's just fucking ridiculous. And then he goes, where does he even go after that?
The guy's following him, and he.
Yeah.
Then so there is 4 Nazis because there was a guy following him.
There was 4, yes.
Unless he didn't kill. I can't remember if he killed the guy in the mall now.
No, you know what? There's some Nazis.
Doesn't matter. Another Nazi's following him.
Yes, but and that's where it gets incredible. That's where it gets even... I mean, I know there's elves involved in this, and that should be fantastic enough. But apparently Dan Haggerty, who doesn't own a home, who only seems to have cigarettes and a job where he's Santa Claus...
Cigarettes and free coffee and donuts.
Mind you, he just got a job as Santa Claus. It's the 24th. He has a job for 1 day. So literally he has nothing.
A job for...
Yeah,
because they're closed Christmas.
Exactly.
Christmas Eve, he's got a 1-day job.
All this is going on. Doesn't really own anything, but he's got a car.
He does have a car.
Underneath the dashboard, whole bundle of dynamite.
He's got, your cliche dynamite.
Yeah.
taped up with the fuse or something.
Yeah.
And
Just in case you want to
in
fake
case
your own
someone's
death.
following you. This kind of reminds me of like Peter Venkman, where he goes on a date and he just happens to have chloroform, like he has the shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? He just happened to have this thing that will knock a girl out. And he's going on a date with a woman. Like, I just happen to have a bundle of dynamite in case I'm in trouble. Like, not a gun to shoot back at him. Dynamite! Like, oh, I can fake my death.
Because the gun I would have believed. The gun would have been...
Okay, I guess he lights the dynamite, he rolls out of the car, and, you know, it explodes.
Yeah.
So, and the Nazi's, like, looking around a little bit. I guess he didn't notice that he rolled out of the car, and Dan Haggerty tackles him and beats the shit out of him. Not when he's not smoking in this scene somehow.
Yeah, the only scene he's not smoking.
I'm sure it ended quickly, and he lit up as soon as the scene was over.
Stressed out. But while this is going on, there's also like some filler in coming. You're basically finding out a little bit more about this girl's backstory.
She
now
talking to her mother, and her mother. Oh, I just talked to her after she called her a liar about her friend's dad being killed. Oh, I just talked to the police, and you were telling the truth. They are dead.
Yeah.
No remorse, nothing on her face.
But you know what? If you weren't there, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
So
and
fuck you,
basically,
daughter.
she's talking about her father. I wish my father was here. I wish you were dead. And
Go talk to your father. He's down in the study.
So, old grandpa is her father and her grandfather.
He's your father and your grandfather. It's ridiculous. So we've already got the scene where her brother is trying to check her out.
Yeah.
You know, and then you find out like there's some crazy.
We got fake tits. I'm gonna tell everybody.
Yeah, tell everybody.
That's the line in the fucking movie.
Oh, it's great, and we'll play it because I want everybody to hear it.
You'll hear it.
But what the fuck, man?
Well, I would imagine it was. He tried to explain to her how. Well, she didn't suffer. He knocked her up. But she was out cold with drugs, so she didn't know she was raped.
That was the best part. She didn't suffer.
I could have explained.
She was drugged. I was quick.
There's still penetration. I didn't enjoy this, but it was something to do with.
And I wanted to create master race.
He doesn't want this to happen. Then why did this girl become this? Yeah, do it. I guess he reformed afterwards.
When she was born, he was just like, "Oh, I can't hurt. I can't
rape her either.
I can't hurt my granddaughter.
I love you." He says that.
My daughter, how do you call it?
It's just his daughter.
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking a little bit.
But it is his granddaughter because it is his daughter's.
But then,
daughter.
When will then be now?
Now, right now.
Soon. All right, we're gonna take a break.
All right.
Break.
Enjoy these commercial messages.
All right. Brought to you by Pepsi Free.
You pervert! I'm not a pervert. I like to see a naked girl.
I'm your fucking sister.
Dad, you've got fucking big tits, and I'm going to tell everybody I saw them.
Get out of here. You're not supposed to.
And we're back.
Okay.
Yep. Tune in next week.
Yeah.
Murder, She Wrote. Wish that show was still on. So, back to Elves. And currently, Dan Haggerty is racing back to the house to warn them of the Nazis.
He escapes the Nazi chasing him, and he gets there. I don't remember what he says, but other Nazis show up, and he hides.
Yeah, he hides.
He's got a camera.
The one Nazi shows up, he's like...
He's videotaping it.
One of these jobs.
I almost feel like they're going to videotape
the consummation.
Yes. I almost feel that way. They're so happy about this.
Yeah.
They're very happy.
Oh, I can't wait to watch Elf molest child. Be so fun.
Dan Haggerty jumps back in and starts wailing on the guy, knocks the camera out.
Wait a minute. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
But at some point, the mother is freaking out, right?
Well,
that happens like a little...
Before Haggerty shows up,
yeah.
She's going fucking crazy. Even more so. She's putting lipstick on like Buffalo Bill. And
it puts the lotion on her face.
I do me.
Yeah.
And she... after she's revealed that she's a victim of incest, which is why she's probably crazy and fucking
all of a sudden she gets a pass.
Hates her daughter.
Yeah, good reason.
She goes in the tub and plugs in the radio and dumps it in the tub. And
the elf does.
Oh wait,
the elf does that. She didn't do it. No, she was having a good old time. That's our only nude scene in the movie.
So the elf dumps in the radio and kills her for whatever reason.
Well,
she's just in the way.
I guess.
Doesn't he just wanna mate with her?
You know what?
He's just killing people to kill people.
Not everybody likes their mother-in-law, you know.
Well, she's dead, and they find her, and I'm sure the girl's happy inside.
A little bit. She's probably feared for her life at that point.
But this woman. But anyway, okay.
All right.
The kid lost his mom, the little brother.
Yeah, he seems to be okay.
We don't know who his parents are.
Yeah, we don't know who the brother.
The grandfather raper again.
We're thinking maybe because he's got.
Either that, or there was a father figure, because she does say something about my father. Did she ever meet him?
I don't know, man.
I think whatever.
We're digging into a character that's not even in the movie.
Doesn't matter. So Dan Haggerty's beating up the Nazi guy. Okay, he's going with this guy. Giant Nazi guy comes in after him. Grandfather shoots him fucking twice. Still comes out, takes the gun away, and then dies. Croaks. And
he had momentum.
They're fighting again, right? And then the girl and the daughter and the little kid escape.
His name is Stan.
And she runs to the woods where this exact spot where the elf came out of the ground.
Yep.
Nazi guy also he's force sensitive too to this. Basically, that's what they kind of say. You're sensitive.
Yeah.
She does have like powers. Sensitivities to stuff. That's why she found that spot. She says something like that. Because he's like, oh, can't you feel the power and some shit like that?
It's just fucking.
So they're force sensitive on this elven graves.
Yeah, which again I don't understand why the elves are buried in Colorado.
Then something kind of weird happens. The elf has the Luger gun, and he shoots the Nazi guy.
The one Nazi guy that's left.
And he doesn't want to hurt her either.
No, he just...
Because he wants it to happen.
Yeah.
So he's coming towards her, and he's about to grab her, I don't know. Not elf guy. Shitty elf fucking asshole.
And unfortunately, Dan Haggerty is wounded, and he can't come there.
He's still in the den, whatever, in the house.
The study.
So she tells little boy to run away. Stan
goes back to the house to get the
I don't know how far
fucking
away.
amulet.
It seems far.
Yeah.
Dan Haggerty says, bring this to your sister. He knows.
Yeah.
The amulet, this red crystal.
There's always an amulet.
There's always an amulet. Little boy runs back. The elf is kind of like fondling her leg and her wrist.
The elves would touch her.
Does he just give it to her? Or walks up to her and give it to her?
Yeah, basically, like, she fucking looks at it and she doesn't stab him with it.
No.
She stabs the fucking ground with it.
The ground where he came out of, the little hole that's still there.
And that kills him.
He, like, fizzles and, like, steam's coming out of him.
Yep.
And then he goes back into the ground.
Snow falls. Credits roll.
Or it comes back. The forest look like it's burned down.
Yeah. And then all you see is the snow's coming, and that's how they basically end it. But then, as the credits are rolling, you get a shot of a fetus, somewhat implying that even though he was unsuccessful, he was successful. I don't know.
He touched her. He has sperm in his fingertips.
Apparently.
I don't know what's fucking going on with this movie.
Up is down, left is right. Dogs and cats living together.
Twist
mass
movies,
hysteria.
But like clever twists and stuff. It's just fucking... It's a fantastic movie. Let the kids see it. You know, this is just like just to fucking steal money from people.
If you read me the description,
this is Roger Corman 101. Just make the poster look good. I'm sure it didn't make any money. No one bought it, but that's all that they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, they're lying about shit. Like when you're lying, movies still do that today, where they have scenes in the trailers that aren't there. Like I don't know, Rogue One. Things that are in the trailer, and then they change them.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man.
It's not a Roger Corman film.
No.
But I mean, I'm looking at the poster,
terrible
and it
film.
looks like an elf unpackaging himself from a Christmas present. And it has nothing to do with Christmas. This could have taken place during fucking St. Patty's Day, which would have made more sense. So Dad Haggerty would have been in a gutter somewhere.
Yeah, he would have enjoyed it. But yeah, that's the story of Elves. I mean, this came highly recommended.
Well, it's bad.
Oh, it's certainly
not
bad.
necessarily so bad it's good.
No, but people do swear by this fucking
I don't know
movie.
why.
I don't think it's as good as people said it was.
I think Dan Haggerty killed the bear, Grizzly Adams, with his cigarette smoke.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
That's peace pipe.
He killed Smokey.
Because
he's
holy
the reason.
Shit. It must have been in his contract that he gets a carton of cigarettes a day.
Yeah.
And he can smoke wherever he wants.
Must have been part of his pay.
Because who the fuck wants him smoking everywhere?
It's like he was just going through dress rehearsal and he was just like smoking in the background.
Like, you get these kids, like, they gotta act in front of you and there's smoke in their face.
Yeah. Poor Stanny. But, yeah, not bad. No, I mean, there's just, like, when we was coming down to, like, what we were going to do, and I was toying with Elves, Don't Open Till Christmas, or Christmas Evil.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas Evil was actually like kind of good.
Is it like 976 Evil?
No, it was just like about a Santa Claus who went fucking crazy.
Like a
guy,
mall Santa?
Actually not a mall Santa, my bad. A guy who's like really into Christmas and like he sees something traumatic as a kid. It haunts him his whole life.
Triggered somewhere,
and something triggers and he just goes apeshit. But it ended up being like actually like kind of a good movie.
Oh yeah,
you know,
okay.
like
we can do those too.
Yeah. But this I saw.
I want a surprise good movie one of these days.
But
like something.
Well, like we saw Maniac,
shit.
That was pretty. It wasn't
no,
bad.
That's true. Yeah,
you know, and Youngblood was a nice surprise.
I wasn't expecting a lot from it.
But this one, I was like, when I see it, and like just the one scene where he's just like talking about his sister's tits, I was like, I gotta do this movie.
Well, yeah, that was just priceless.
Yeah,
that was priceless.
This is the best thing in cinema.
Because everyone who didn't know that creepy fucking 9-year-old who like
was staring at his sister's tits.
Yeah, I grabbed my sister's titties. Yeah, but you never did it before. Like
you got me beat there, Billy.
Yeah. You got big ones. I told everyone.
That's an interesting story. I'm gonna go over to my house, and you're not invited. Come near my sister.
Kid gets in trouble. You don't see him again. At like 13, he just disappears.
Yeah, he moved out of the neighborhood.
He raped like a Down syndrome girl.
Moved to Colorado.
Moved to Colorado.
You know, apparently that's where
the Nazis are forming.
Yeah. All right, so that's pretty much it for Elves.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah, got nothing else on Elves.
So, Mike,
but
what did you get for Christmas?
Well, I'll tell you what I didn't get. I didn't get the Nes Classic.
Neither did I.
Through nobody's fault, though.
I was looking for it for myself. I was gonna ask someone to buy it for me. It's more of a. I wanted to buy it to give to somebody else.
Christmas gift.
Yeah, it was gonna be a Christmas gift. I'm sure a lot of people, whether you wanted it for yourself or you wanted to give it to your son or daughter or your niece or nephew, was kind of like, when I was a kid, this is the games I grew up with.
Yeah.
You're still young, so you're not like, you can still enjoy these games. These are good games. That was a lot of people, I would imagine, who were buying it.
Dude, there were so many
the 30 to 50-year-old men wanted to buy it, mostly either for themselves or gifts.
Yeah. There were so many reasons to get this. I mean, you had, first, ease of use.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically like a plug and play.
Yeah, it's a plug and play, and you got 30 quality games. There's not a bad game on there.
There's not a terrible, terrible game on there. They're all games you can play.
Yeah, I mean, you can debate the list all you want, but
we already did that.
But yeah,
no, these are solid titles. It's not like there's some pile of really shitty game on here.
No, everything's playable. All the controls work fine. It's not like, I mean, you say what you want about the difficulty of Ninja Gaiden, whatever. It's fucking.
I like that they threw that in there.
Yeah,
the truth.
Mega Man. I mean, the fact that they went for Mega Man 2.
The most difficult games is Ninja Gaiden and Mega Man 2 probably, and then it's probably like Zelda games, which are just very. Those are more like quests.
I wouldn't say Zelda's
most of the
difficult.
difficult about them is finding stuff and knowing where to go.
Yeah.
Where Ninja game, it's just fucking cheap.
Yeah, and you've got to avoid the
very cheap
fucking eagle.
Mega Man 2 is like, at least it's hard, but we got respawning enemies in Ninja game. It's fucking so cheap.
But
again,
so
Nintendo.
Christmas came and went, and no NES Classics.
Nintendo dropped the fucking ball.
And it's fucking incredible.
It really did.
It's incredible. It's more incredible when the numbers were released and you realize how little was actually sold. Like, that's the incredible part. It's not like this was sold out everywhere and America bought 1 million of them. That didn't happen.
There wasn't that many. If there was 1 million, if 1 million from November 12th, November 11th, till December 24th, if 1 million were in America, I would have got one.
Even 500,000, you
half
probably would have got one.
1 million. They sold, how many did they sell in America?
So, as of like December 8th, I think, was the number that I got.
There was another shipment the 20th.
Yeah.
So, those figures didn't come in yet.
So, but what I got was that North America sold 196,000 units.
Okay.
Compared to Japan, who sold 261,000 units in one fucking week.
In this first week.
So
it just shows you how many they even made and exported. They didn't even, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A week, they made what we got in fucking a month and a half.
Yeah, once again, Nintendo...
What the fuck? Why did they shortchange America?
Yeah.
Why didn't we get 200,000 in the first week?
Nintendo is, like, the NES is, like...
That's bad.
Was such a bigger deal for us than it was for anybody else.
They got 200,000 in the first week in Japan, and we got a little under 200,000 in a month and a half.
Yeah.
Because they all sold out. It's not, they weren't sitting on shelves.
No.
How do they only send that many?
It's fucking crazy. And
that
considering
makes no fucking sense.
They announced the thing on July 14th. It was released on November 11th. It's 120 fucking days to build up an inventory of a product that you already had in development for fucking who knows how long.
And it's easy to fucking make.
It's
just a little box with...
Yeah.
It's nothing complicated. And this 30-year-old fucking games. Yeah.
You've had Nintendo of America tweet that they're gonna fucking get stores resupplied. You've had interviews.
Oh, that was the thing. They tweeted like it was. Oh, there'll be plenty.
Oh yeah.
There'll be
just the first run. Don't worry, no problem. You'll be able to get this fucking thing.
Lie.
The Nintendo executive Reggie Fils-Aimé, I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
Demand was certainly greater than anticipated. How did you fucking fuck this up, man? I mean,
they're bullshitting at this point. They know they fucked
The
up.
thing had a 10-year lifespan in America. Over 700 licensed games, 60 million units sold like worldwide.
It's amazing. It really is. They could drop the ball this bad.
And Nintendo is well aware how people feel about classic Nintendo games. Nintendo.
They know. They know how many they sold on
how many times have people rebought
the
Super
virtual
Mario Brothers?
consoles? I'm saying they should know right then and there that people will just buy it again too with this nice 30 game collection. I mean, people. If you bought virtual console games, maybe you got 5 or 6. Most people.
Yeah.
But now you're getting these 30 games. Nice little system. It looks
plugs in easy.
Pleasant to look at.
Nothing
easy
to clean.
Hook up. You get that. You want to give that same experience to a niece or nephew, your son,
friend, anybody.
And it's a nice. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to give it to.
That was the thing. I was gonna buy 3 of these fucking things. Yeah. 1 for myself and 2 for other people. Now by the time I get one, I'm maybe gonna buy 1, and I don't even need it. I own all this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
not buying.
I have the real hardware. I don't fucking need it. Like I was just gonna buy it just because. I'm buying movies like Elves. I can go out and buy a fucking NES Classic.
It's not. It's $60 isn't a whole lot of money.
No, $60 is like people have no problem spending that.
That's what I'm saying. I really hope.
That's the price of 1 full new game.
No, it's not a lot of
money.
Right?
And you're gonna get 30 of them.
They give 30, and you're guaranteed. I can guarantee you, there's the Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3 are already worth that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like just playability, replayability. Yeah. That's just 3 of the games, and there's more. And hell, you get Legend of Zelda. It's fucking awesome.
Now, if you go out and you buy let's say you want to go out, you want to buy the original hardware, and you want to buy all 30 of these individually, you're looking at well over $500 unless you catch a deal.
Nintendo itself is like $70.
And then trying to get it to work.
That works. Let's say just $70 right there just for a system.
Yeah.
Probably, and just give you 2 controllers. Throw that in.
And you gotta constantly fuck with it to get it to work. You gotta clean the goddamn thing.
I mean,
It's
games that sold millions of copies are still going for $10.
Yeah.
And they were going for $1 a few years ago. So yeah, you're talking.
Mega Man's expensive.
You're talking like for all these games, each individual one, like at least. I don't know, like $300.
It might even be more. You would have to catch the deal because Contra, Mega Man, Castlevania, Super Mario Bros. 3, and Balloon Fight, and the original Kid Icarus, all these things are like $30 plus.
So it's even more.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man.
So it's a nice little deal. It's a nice little package, and it's quality system.
Yeah.
I'm sure people have heard of the retro bit.
Yeah.
And how it doesn't really work.
Did you end up watching that?
I watched.
It was terrible,
it's
man.
It's bad. There was one game that was flipped sideways.
Yeah, made no sense.
Like a lot of the games don't play correctly or they don't sound right.
Yeah.
And this got all the praise. It's pretty much you're getting exactly what you paid for.
Yeah.
The emulation is really well on it.
It's as good as you need it to be. They did
a really good job, and it's basically like playing the original.
Yeah.
And you can save now, so now you can play Castlevania, which is a pretty tough game.
Yeah.
If you died and you don't want to feel like leaving your system on, you can actually save it and go back to that part.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty cool. It's the same thing you do in the virtual console.
It's certainly it was a good value. It was something that like I definitely wanted to give to people.
I almost feel like it's like people. I've been waiting for something like this for a long time, and fucked it up.
Well, because everybody that's done it beforehand has always done it cheaply.
Yeah. Like those old Sega systems, they're like crappy.
Yeah,
like
the Sega ones are really
getting
bad.
A disc with 20 old.
The Atari ones have been pretty bad.
So my favorite things, like Mega Man collection, I was on the GameCube. It was like $30. I bought it. It had like 10 Mega Man games. The original like 6 from Nintendo. I mean, there's countless Sega companies that put out like 20 games on a disc from like Sega Genesis collection.
Yeah.
Like Street Fighter 2 and 3, Sonic 1, 2, and 3. Games, things like that. But this is its own little standalone thing. It was it's this cool little present to get.
Yeah.
Especially for a little kid. I'd imagine.
Considering
cool. They don't know anything about video games. It's perfect.
Over 300 million people live in the U.S. You sold us 126,000. Mm-hmm. What the fuck were you thinking? I mean,
I don't know why the number was so low. I really don't. It's really puzzling. Like, they only sent that many units.
This isn't a situation where you're selling a full-blown console where you almost understand when there's a shortage. Mm-hmm. This was a $60 item that I should be able to walk into Walgreens and buy.
And that's the thing. How many did they send on the December 20th shipment? Maybe another 100,000? Maybe more.
Maybe.
So maybe like when those figures come in.
You should have sold 500,000 by Christmas.
That's still not enough. It could have sold so many more. Yeah, it could have sold 500,000 units of these. Easy.
I just feel like every time, like, I'm so nostalgic for Nintendo that I run out and I buy everything, and I just feel like a fucking idiot like most of the time because I feel like they just don't. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward though for Breath of the Wild.
I know, man. But you know what? I didn't buy the Wii U. Mm-hmm. Which is the first time I didn't buy a Nintendo system. Mm-hmm. It was the very first time that happened. I'm gonna get the Switch, and I was gonna buy the Wii U if the price dropped. I just wanted it to fall because I already had an Xbox One, and I just didn't want to go out and spend another $300 on a system. If it fell to $200, I probably would have bought it. Especially when they said they were gonna end production on it, and its price still didn't drop.
What is the Wii U going for?
It's still around $299, $250. Really? Yeah. Used ones are $220.
PlayStation 4 is going for $250 from December 11th to December 31st.
Yeah.
They wouldn't drop with the Switch coming out in March. You think this would be dropped to about $200?
Yeah, so at least the Switch
$200 to $150. Tell you the truth.
They're not doing it.
They stopped making them. They stopped making them a month ago.
Yeah.
It was They should be. I guess they figure they'll sell them and might as well keep the price at $300, $250, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, considering the 32X was like a couple bucks.
It's going to be cheap real soon with the Switch coming out.
Well, I'd like to own one. I think I would like to have one.
I mean, I think you can get a normal Nintendo Wii for what, $50, $60?
But I have 3 Wiis right now. It's ridiculous. I got 2 regular ones and 1 hacked one. But yeah, that was just my Nintendo rant. I didn't get it.
There's a lot of people frustrated.
I know.
I know. It's true. It's It's it doesn't make any damn sense. They're here to make money.
I figured I was going to be able to get. I thought there was no way I was going to wait online all night, but I figured I was going to be able to get one eventually.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not sitting here at 4 a.m. for 30 games I already own. I know I wanted a nice.
Or you've played, or yeah.
I'm not doing that. They shouldn't have to do that.
No, they would have pre-orders would have solved a lot of the issue. At least
they would have known exactly what they would have been getting themselves into and how many units they got to move.
I had heard that Amazon was doing something kind of interesting because Amazon in major cities has like pickup stations. Mm-hmm. So if you live in a major city that where one of these stores is, you can basically order it and go pick it up there. Okay. So that's where they were. I had heard that Amazon, I think it was the Player One podcast that was talking about it, and they said that they were. That's where Amazon was keeping their stuff. Because they were aware of like the bot situation that was going on, buying them up, so they just did it that way.
But honestly, how many people were spending $250 on scalped fucking Nintendo? Fuck you.
Some nut job did it. I didn't do it.
I understand if you got like millions of dollars, that ain't shit.
Oh yeah.
What's
the difference then?
But even if I made triple my salary now, just the principle of it, go fuck yourself. Fuck that.
There's no need for it. I didn't want it that bad because I already had it.
I'm saying. No, it's not.
Kids
can wait. All right?
You acted like the only people that wanted this were like people that didn't have the games.
Yeah.
But everybody wanted this fucking thing.
Even people who own all the games wanted this again. They didn't care about buying it again. Lots of people still
Somebody was more like, all right, well, this will be cool because this is something I can bring somewhere and I won't have to carry all this stuff.
Yeah, And there'll be another one out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if there's another Nintendo out with 30 other games. We'll see if that happens, but there will definitely be a Super Nintendo out, I would imagine, next year.
Yeah. I would hope the Super Nintendo.
It's an easy, like you said, now 200,000 sold, and that's them shitting the bed on bringing over enough. I'd imagine they will not fuck this up again. But it's like, how do you fuck it up? You've been in the business this long. We just learned from last year, like when Super Nintendo.
America likes video games? We have no idea.
Come on! Get your head out of your ass. You kidding me? This is bullshit.
It's just interesting from the company that was smart enough to figure out how to get around the video game crash. Mm-hmm. How to get back into stores. The company that figured it out.
All you had to do was
couldn't figure this out.
Make more.
It's incredible.
Make enough. Even if they made too many, they would have sold throughout the rest of the year.
You know how
many made $500,000 and then sell out after Christmas? They would have sold for the rest of the year.
If you make too many, you halt production. That's all you do. Jesus Christ.
I wonder when the next fucking shipment is.
What did they think it was going to be another Dreamcast situation?
That's what I'm saying. Are you kidding me? It's not a big risk here. The games are all titles that sold.
Somebody must have.
They're all good titles.
Some executive must have watched the fucking video game crash or something and just.
It just hasn't make these. I can't say it enough fucking times. What are you doing?
They're not fucking playing with power, I'll tell you that much.
No, there's no power.
No. The guy who invented the fucking Power Glove is up there. Making all the decisions.
Power Glove.
Ridiculous.
Alright.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
56 minutes. That's good. Solid.
Good show.
Guy in Oregon will like it.
Okay.
Alright. So, till next time, if you've seen a bad movie, we're ready to believe you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Dad? You want to talk to Dad? Go down to the study and talk to him.
What are you saying? Dad's dead.
Dad is in the study.
Grandfather is in the study.
Your father's dead. The man in the study is your grandfather. And your father!